So we have Miss Georgina Perez. She is the District 1 Texas State Board of Education representative. That is the biggest district in Texas, which means that it goes from all the way El Paso all the way to Austin, down and along the border, the largest one. So she is here in solidarity with us, and it is such an honor for me to be introducing her today. So let's give it up for Miss Georgina Perez.
Buenas tardes y bienvenido a todos los maestros que se juntaron aquí con nosotros en nuestra frontera hermosa. I'm going to continue to speak in Spanish because it is still legal, even though our administration likes to make us think it's not. Soy Georgina Perez, su representante de la Mesa Directiva Estatal de Educación Pública de Texas. My name is Georgina Perez, and I serve on the Texas State Board of Education as the representative of El Paso, all of West Texas, more than 850 miles of the beautiful Texas-Mexico border. Often, I am pulled in many directions, and I try my best to stay in my lane and focus on the areas related to my office, which is public education for all children. Like many of you here today, I'm also an 8th grade reading teacher by calling and by craft. I taught students who face challenges such as language barriers, poverty, hunger, lack of immigration reform, and despite all of these challenges, students always find a way to excel. As a Chicana elected official in Texas and the only elected state official who lives in Tornillo, I've seen firsthand. I drive by the now vacated dirt of where the detention camp once stood. There are moments in history when one is called upon to take a stand. And there are circumstances in history which will judge us for what we have done and what we have failed to do for others, particularly when it comes to children. And that is why we're gathered here today. Though we come from different backgrounds and different communities across the globe and across our beautiful Lone Star State, we're here to unite in our common opposition to our government's treatment of children. The building of child internment camps sparked outrage among the rational portion of our population. That outrage of opposition of child internment camps turned into action. And we have been successful in ensuring that the Tornillo internment camp, that just a few weeks ago was filled to capacity, is now closed. But we have much more work to do. Because while we are here talking about the incarceration of children, we have to acknowledge our own shame. Just down the street from here is the downtown jail facility. Now, we have all been upset about how Trump has lied about our city, portraying us as something that we are not. But I also fear what will happen when Trump starts to tell the truth. Because here's the ugly truth. The El Paso County Jail is where separation of families often begins. El Paso County has a contract with the federal government to incarcerate undocumented immigrants. This policy could be reversed tomorrow if there was the political courage and the human integrity to do so. More than 70% of federal inmates that we incarcerate are only there simply because they are not documented. This policy provides El Paso County with more than $20 million of revenue each year. It is the largest contract of its kind in the country, and shamefully, we are ground zero for the separation of families. Other communities across the country ended these types of contracts because they find the idea of gaining revenue off of Trump's zero tolerance, family separation, immigration policies immoral. San Antonio recently ended their contract, which was only a fraction of El Paso's. If we want to end the incarceration of children, perhaps we should begin with ending the separation of families. Surely, in this great country of innovators, policy experts, and great thinkers, we can come up with a more humane way of treating human beings, dealing with the root cause of this issue. Ending the shameful treatment of immigrants needs to happen here in El Paso, and it can start right there in our county jail, because no human is illegal.